I'm an arts and crafts master. Why do you think I always have this glue gun stuck to my arm? Ugh, ugh.
Oh, would you look at that?
Hello, everybody. Holy moly, Nat. Excuse me. With the 2-year resub. Holy cow, thank you so much. 2 years, that's unreal to me. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. I hope that you enjoy your emotes and your badge and your ad-free viewing. Right, exactly. It feels like it could not have been that long, and it also feels like, how has it only been that long? It's a very strange feeling. But welcome in, everyone. Also, did you all hear alerts? Because I am once again evidently not perceiving alerts, but it did appear that the alerts were playing. So I'm hoping that they are. But hello to Connie and Bree and Jackie and Belzy and Nat and Susan and Shay. Hello, welcome. I didn't, only the words. Interesting. We gotta love it when things just don't work. You heard the alert. All I see is Kitty. That's fair. Okay. I might have to, like, test it. Let me look. Oh. Hopefully a stuffed one. Oh, goodness. Well, welcome in, everyone. I hope you are having a lovely Friday so far. So I didn't hear it. Did any of you? Thank you for the bits as well, Nat. That was very sweet of you. Artemis says, I'll make all the noises. She's like, don't worry about it. You heard it too. Okay, well then it's just me that doesn't get to hear them again today, so If I miss anything, I apologize. I will do my best to keep an eye on my activity feed. Of course, why would we expect anything to work here? That would just be silly. Anyway, happy Friday, friends. We are going to work on Susan's commission. And then maybe some more of these little scrappy monsters. I really love... I think that this is a lot of fun. I hope that you all think so too. I have to be honest, I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this one's arms. I don't know if the multicolor I don't know if it makes it all too busy. And I worry that it won't sell. So part of me is like, maybe I'll make the arms like the color of the head instead. I don't know. I am not sure. You're just gonna have a bath right there? That's fine. He needs a tuft. A tuft of hair would be nice. That could help. Excuse me, don't mind me, it's fine. Yeah, you can keep having your bath. There we go. Nailed it. First try. Okay. Hi, Kara. Hi, Kate. How are you all, friends? Nice to see you. Hi. They're so pretty. Do you want to tell everyone, say there's a fun TikTok coming? I was working on it earlier. So, one of the things that we had talked about with, some other cat friends, was, maybe trying to reintroduce some, since Maple, they both probably ate a lot of, raw things in the outside world. I know Maple did. I don't know about her. But, to try and introduce some things back into their diet. Now, we didn't really want to do raw food because there's a lot of, it's tricky with raw food. They can get, diseases and stuff from it. But one thing that was recommended was just an egg. Cook an egg, to, where it would be safe for human consumption. It doesn't have to be super overdone, and see what they think. Well, I'll tell you that of the animals in the house, 2 of the 3 were extremely excited to have some egg with their breakfast this morning. One of them was absolutely disgusted. But the best part was how desperately she tried to like it. It made me think of when Coco would get lettuce. And she would be like, I hate this. But then she'd try again. And, she did it 3 times. And it was not, it was not successful with her. I only remembered after the fact that I did this, that we had said to do the egg in replacement of Maple's wet food for a meal. And I didn't remember that. So Maple got his wet food and a quarter of an egg. And he was like, yes, more please. So, cooked. Oh, I'm sorry you're not feeling well. I hope you feel better soon. With a lemon, he tried so hard to eat the lemon. Oh, poor things. That, Patch loves lettuce. It's a 5-star treat to him. And so anytime he would get it, Coco was always like, I want some, and you would give it to her, and she would just be like, Peh. No, 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 I want whatever he ate that was delicious. And we're like, no, 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 that's what he ate. And so she'd try it again, and then just be like, Peh. Do y'all want a little sneak peek of her reaction? I can give you a little sneak peek if you want. Hi, Kat. Thanks for the lurk. Yes, please. First of all, you know how like people are saying like, oh, Maple had to have been like a pet at some point. There's no way, and blah. This is how I know she was someone's pet. This is me walking into the room and like talking. Like I have to open a door and like her eyes only like just open. Like she was someone's pet. Like house sounds don't bother her. And like you can see like she's still just like lying there, and then she's like, what's up? You got something for me? And I'm like, yeah. So I was like, here you go. Here's some nummy egg. That's all you're getting. There's more. So I'll have that posted on his TikTok probably tonight. But she was like, bleh. She's like, excuse you, I'm sleeping. Yeah, hi Susan, welcome in. Oh no, Jackie. Time to have lots of treats. Meanwhile, I carried the egg downstairs to Maple, and he was like all over it. He kept trying to take what was supposed, like, so what we did was we took one egg and we divided it up. Patch got half, and then the cats were each going to get a quarter. Well, Maple, if I would have let him have his way, would have had the other half. And I'm like, not yet. That's when I realized that he had had his wet food and everything that morning, and I was like, no. We gotta wait. You can't have it all. Hard-boiled doesn't interest him? Yeah. No, I mean, like, that was, like, scrambled. It wasn't hard-boiled, and it was still a little runny, like, that piece obviously was more well-cooked, but... And then, of course, right, I'm handling all these eggs. And evidently, a water main on our street was getting repaired. So we don't really have, like, usable water right now. Like, the water's back on, but it's gross. Like, we keep running it anytime, like, we're in the bathroom or the kitchen. We'll just run the water, try and get all the yuck out, but... So I'm like, I went to go wash my hands and there's no water, and... Yeah, luckily, we have bottled water. Like, we're not bottled water drinkers, but we like to give our mail carriers bottled water when it's really warm out. So the animals have all been drinking bottled water today. They're very fancy. They have to drink with their pinkies out. And that's how both of us have, like, washed our hands today when we've needed to. It's a bottle of water. Posh kitties, very much. Aquafina. Only the finest of water is bottled straight at the source. Or some nonsense, you know? Diesel is a fancy pup. Holy cow. Just like one of those things to like try and introduce like some more like high protein foods, I guess, into his and Artemis's diet, but I guess that we'll just stick with like cooked chicken for her. Yeah, like, you know, I mean, again, when they were outside, I know that Maple ate raw. I mean, he ate what we fed him, but he also had raw meat. And as much as like I would like to do that, I also don't want to do all like the risks that, you know, maybe if we went like, if we had like a local butcher or something, somewhere where it's a little bit more fresh than like when you go to the supermarket and it's been like packaged, and do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. The cats each tried a little bit of raw tuna the other day, and they liked that. Oh, I'm sorry, Connie. I definitely know what that's like. But like, you know, eggs have lots of protein and vitamins and all of that. So of course that would have just been like a nice simple solution that we could easily do like once a week. You know, here's some egg. But of course, someone had to be like, this is disgusting. Ooh. Is it like one of those fancy collections with like the pretty spines and like gold lined pages and stuff? Happy Friday! TGIF. Rain coming. We have sun again today. I'm thriving. He goes off food too quickly. And see, like, that's what I'm thinking, Georgina, is like, you know, because your dad has, you know, works with like butchers and stuff, that it would probably be like the safest way to do like a raw food is to get it straight, like, instead of going to like the supermarket where it's been handled like a bunch of times. And who knows if it's been like in the wrong sorts of temperatures and things like that. Oh, well, if you met them and you know about it, then yeah, you could totally go. Or totally join in. Worst case, just join. You don't have to say anything, and if it's too overwhelming, you can leave. That's one nice thing about like meeting, like things like that. You can always just be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, like I have to run, you know, someone needs my help." We beset. We have a place that, yeah. No, that. I have to look and see if we have anywhere around here, you know? Oh, Connie, I understand. It's nerve-wracking every time you go live on Twitch or anywhere else and you have to push that button. I get it. Aw, Kate. By the way, speaking of watching the VODs, we do now have a VOD channel on my YouTube. So if you want to catch up on VODs and you want to watch them in a way that actually like helps, well, I mean, I guess my YouTube is very tiny right now, so it wouldn't do anything. Like I'm not a fancy creator on YouTube, but it was great. Like I saw on my, where'd it go? Like on the channel, right? Like I see that there have been a couple of views and people have liked videos, and I'm like, heck yes. And then I got an email right from YouTube where it was like, here's your analytics like for this week or something, and it was like total minutes watched 12. And I cracked up. It's like there's likes on a couple of videos, and I'm like, y'all just went in and liked them and didn't want, and I love you for it. I love you for going in and being like, I'll like this for Megan. It was like 12 minutes. People have watched your videos for 12 minutes, and I'm like, there's like 10 hours of video up there. Oh god. It's time for the daily sign back in to my Wise. I need to like contact customer support and be like, look, I'm all for two-factor, but please, can you make it so that I can remember a device so I'm not doing it every stinking day after 24 hours? I can put it on the big screen on YouTube, and you'll be able to see like the chat well on the big screen. Let me remember exactly, Elf. Like, please, you know, like normally when you log in, you can be like, remember my computer, like remember this source. I want the little check button to say like, yes, remember this source, but it's like, nope. They're random with years in between. That's funny. It's Wise. It's our security camera provider. Or like where our security cameras are from. That's how we can spy on Maple, because he's got cameras in the basement. Oh god, that's annoying. It went into oh my gosh, Georgina. How do you feel? That's fantastic. I'm so proud of you. I know that it has been a struggle for you, especially this week. I know that you have not been feeling your best, but heck yes. Kicking butt and taking names. To reach for the laptop to watch stream, your bed is comfy, but I need to eat lunch and get back to work. Oh no. I've made that mistake before of just like, I'm just going to lie in bed while I like scroll through my phone. Oh, but I need a pillow so I can be comfy while I lie in bed and scroll through my phone. Now I want a blanket while I, and then next thing you know, you're like, huh? What year is it? You landed on a Squishmallow, even more dangerous. Submitted it at 1. Heck yeah. Oh no. Okay, we're gonna say that this... Where is... There's the end. Okay, that's close enough. That looks about right. I I just pulled out my running stitch marker as I was stitching around. I'm like, man, I really should be getting close to my running stitch marker. Why haven't I come? Because it was in my hand. It's fine. It's fine. It is all good. Whoopsies. But no, this is in line with where the other rows ended. It's okay if it's a stitch off. It won't make a difference. Hi, Allison. Artemis, honey, come up for air. I know, you can drink water. Like, no, she says I never need a hydrate reminder. Sweet girl. When you can hand in your thesis. Yeah, school's a lot of work. I swear I think she's taking her poop now. I will cry. I don't know that she went today. Unless James picked... James, did you pick up poop today? I will cry if she is. Brat. I love her so much. Hi, Jay.
I found my people.
Louie, thank you for that follow. Welcome in. Or Luis, sorry. Gosh, I have to, like, my alerts are not making noises for me. And then I still am horrible at reading usernames because I get anxious. So let me know if I said your name wrong. Welcome in. Let me know if you are a crafter, and if so, what kinds of crafts you do. James? One moment. Sorry. You're kind of all over the place with crafting when you get into it. I get that. James, your favorite pet went to the litter box. Your bestie. Your one true love. The cat who should be in your office. Oh, snap. You know, that's really what I should have done. As soon as you were like, no, we have to keep her, I should have moved her into your office.
Shouldn't you have?
I should have. And been like, congrats, you said we're keeping her, so your problem now. Look at her sitting behind me. She's like, you want to do what with me now, Mom? She's like, I heard that. Don't think I didn't. I love you. I do. Even if you poop while I'm streaming. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, welcome in. We too are a multi-craftual community, so. Are you working on any projects right now? What size safety eye? You know, I'm about to go and like measure it, but I tell you in my pattern what size safety eye is. 8. Okay. Oh, hi. You're coming over? Of course you are. Ooh, perler beads. Very fun. I have perler beads, but I haven't made anything in a long time. I find them a lot of fun, though. I've got, you know... Hold on, wait for it, wait for it. You know, sometimes you just need to make things with perler beads. Or, you know, Peridot from Steven Universe. You know, sometimes you just have to make some giant nerdy things with perler beads. You know? The slow crawl onto the frame sent me. Thank you. Thank you. Peridot is my favorite. I should just like put... This needs to go behind me somewhere. Oh, it's fine. It's great. There we go. It's perfect. It's fantastic. Anyway. I love it. Today I'm working on a commission. So this was a commission from a while ago for Susan, and is going to be a rainbow peacock. But we also have been working on some monsters for Halloween sale. So, like, our cute little... They're little scrap monsters. They're made with, like, scrap amounts of cotton yarn. And so they're kind of, like, just multicolored and different. And I love them. So... Ooh! That would be really cool, Jackie. I feel like doing zippers in clothing is one of those things that, like, people are constantly like, oh my gosh, they're so difficult and impossible and good luck. They're not so bad, I promise. They're a little tricky, but I definitely would say, like, watch some videos on how to do it. I've done it on, like, several different projects. Practice first, but I think you can handle it. Would you do a toadstool amigurumi as a commission? Like, do you have one in mind, or like you want one designed? I mean, yeah, I'll do a commission. Just let me know, like, do you have a pattern, a drawing, you just want like a mushroom? Like, what? Let me know what it is. Give me the deets. Making jewelry. Oh, that's so fun. The only jewelry that I've made, like, recently has been chainmail related. That's yours. Yeah, you can lie down on it. She was on the heated bed. I moved it so that it's not in anything. It's like sitting on the floor right there. And she was definitely like on it, but she didn't lay down. You coming back over? Okay. Yeah, if you want to draw it, feel free. But yes, I could do that. You're back. Hi. You decided you didn't want to go and snuggle on your chair? You wanted to come over here? Hello there, Small Grill. Welcome. Georgina, I know that you said this the other day about how it reminds you of Coco when she does this, and I love that. I hadn't thought about that. Hey, Hours, welcome back. My little arty lurk. Little baby. You know, I wonder if she would like that heated bed if it was on like the bottom of her cat tower. Because, like, then it would be covered. Part of me thinks she just doesn't want to lie on the floor in, like, kind of the open. This shape is questionable. Yes, let's not... We don't need to... That That mushroom can just... stay in, It doesn't need to see the light of day. It's fine. A lot has changed in 2 years, okay? You've made one, yeah. Yeah. No, I've made one before. Do you want to come back here? Is that the problem? Come on. You can come back there. Yeah. Oh, that was the issue. Mommy had her bag of scrap yarn. Come on. Oh, what happened? What happened? You got stuck? Here. No, come here, ma'am. Come here. Are you okay? Are you okay? You're naked, Artemis. I don't even know what you would have gotten stuck on. Come on. There's a girl. What happened? Can I put your collar back on? Thank you. You have 2 boxes on your desk. One holds one of your kitties. Oh my goodness. What are your kitties' names? This is Artemis. She was a stray. She was injured and we took her in and fixed her up. And now she's our cat. And then we also have Maple. His camera is a little bit, it's buffering right now. I don't know what's happening. And Maple was feral, like totally wild. No contact with humans, and I was like, we're gonna be best friends. And then we became best friends. So. Jeez, ma'am, I don't want your tail. Named, oh my goodness. Okay, wait, what language is that, like, for Scooter? Because I love that. Danish. That's fantastic. Artemis, yeah. It's funny though, because I tried to befriend her and she was like, meh. And it wasn't until, like, she saw us taking care of Maple, I think, that she was like, oh, they're friendly, they're good people. I guess I can come to them with my boo-boo. Right? And then we fixed you up, and now you get to wear hats in Mama's office. Sounds like a pretty sweet deal, huh? Yeah. Sounds like a pretty sweet deal. Oh, let's go see. No. Did you really just close out Discord? Ma'am, that's rude. You just clicked my click. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. That drawing is freaking adorable, Belzy. First of all. Second of all, yes. I could do something like that. If you want to send it to me in a DM, that way it doesn't get, like, lost. Or you can put it in, like, the commission request section. Again, that way it doesn't get lost in, like... Because I'm sure people are going to be like, oh my gosh, it's so cute! And things like that. So, there's a commission request section, or you can just DM it to me. Hello. Bed and breakfast and a dwarf... yeah, and a gnome hat and a lion's mane, yeah. She's like, I didn't realize I signed up for so much when I came in. But you got warm bed and lots of lovin' now, huh? Yeah. That's pretty good. I love you. I do. Do you want to come over here? Gnome hat time. You couldn't put pics in the request section, really? Hang on, let me look at the permissions in that channel. There you go, hold on. It should be fixed now. It was on, like, neutral. the ability to attach files. So there you go. You should be good now. Boop. Gnome hat time. Hi Calliope, thank you for the alert, friend. Alright. Luckily, I know where I was. Okay, she actually didn't click it. No problem. No problem at all. I look forward to my redemption. I hope that I can redeem myself with a new toadstool that is not phallic shaped. You're like, what are you talking about? I can post pictures there. I now have my little heated backrest. What you making? I'm making a rainbow peacock. It's a commission. And then I'll probably work on some scrap monsters after that. Yeah. I had a lot of fun with the little scrappy guys. By the way, this peacock is one of my patterns in my store. You can do !royal if you would like to go get the pattern for yourself. By the stability of the gnome hat? Yeah? It's just blanket yarn and a tight tension. That's all. It's squishy. It just... Yes, Georgina. It would fall back. No, it's pretty light. I mean, like, if I sit up, like, completely straight and not... Wow, I should really work on sitting up straight more. I just saw how much my height changed from this to this. It's fine. It's fine. Posture? We don't know her. thank you. I like it too. It's quite warm. Like, I bet if you made little ear flaps, it would be a really good, like, warm winter hat, you know? Hi, Jen. Happy time zone. Nice. Yeah, I put my stuff all on Dropbox for that reason, too. Although I now keep getting messages that, like, my Dropbox is almost full, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to pay money for that. Let me see what I can delete. What is Penny's Corner? It's a, like a section of the Discord that, like, you get added to. Sometimes I'll ask questions in there to get, like, opinions or have you all, like, pick what I work on. So yeah. Oh, that's a good, yeah, that's true. I could just start putting stuff in the Google Drive now. Be like, anything 2022 and beyond is going in the Google Drive. Anything in the past is on Dropbox. That's not a bad idea. No worries. Drive safe, Kit Kat. That was a fun day. Do you remember when I dressed up as Norman for Halloween? That was good. That was a lot of fun. That might have been the first time, actually, that the beard made the appearance. Need to update your drive at some point, yeah. I always worry about, like, USBs or things like that failing too. I mean, knock on wood, I've never had that happen, but so the Maple cameras aren't working, but the 3D printer is. James is evidently 3D printing something. I could put that on if y'all want to see it. What do you mean use them as stuffing? I have regular stuffing in there. What are you printing? I have this. But I do keep the ends in there. I'm using this end to keep track of where I am on the pattern, but this will get pulled out. A smaller one? Is it the same file? Here. Oh. You scaled it down. Did you change how the supports were done? I have used ends to stuff them, but this is my stuffing. This is what I use. But like some of these little monsters I've been making, I've done like tail end, or I've done like the tails to stuff them because I think it's fun to fill the monsters with like scraps. Why is Petra not supervising the print, James? That's what your problem is. Just ignoring me now, huh? Oops. Well, why isn't she? I like that I wore that for 10 minutes instead of 5. I was just rocking that hat. Well, I see her sitting right there on the cabinet. Who is that? How very dare you not know her name? Thank you. Goodness gracious. Petra is a very hard-working ducky. She's constantly watching over Ender. If you understand that, we can be friends.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh my goodness, Yarnia! Hello! My stupid alerts are not making noises. I hope that you all heard them at least. Welcome in, Raiders! How are you today? How is your stream? What were you up to? Oh goodness, we might be getting close to ads. Hold please, let me look. Oh yes, okay. We are about to go. Why did the camera just... Okay. I'll fix it. Welcome in, Raiders. We are about to have our very first stretch break. Let me snooze that for a few minutes. But welcome in, everybody. How are you? How was your stream today? What were you working on? Yes, thank you for that shout out. Worked on the hexagon cardigan. How's it coming along? I'm excited to see that when it's all done. I'm very excited to see that. Yarnia is another Yarny crafter. They do lots of knitting. They do some crocheting too, I believe, and some fiber stuff. So definitely feel free to go check their channel out. But welcome in, Raiders. My name is Megan. I am a neurodivergent variety streamer. I mostly cross-stitch, crochet, and knit. But we do some other crafts here. Some miniatures, some chainmail, some diamond dotting, some painting, you know, the stuff like that. You guys can see my 3D printer today, which is kind of cool. Do you like that, everyone who's been here? I think it's kind of fun to have it, since the other camera wasn't working. But today, at least right now, I'm working on a commission. I had someone commission me to make a rainbow peacock, and that is what we're working on. So next will come all the rainbow feathers. We might be having our ad break very soon. I just postponed it. I use the ads that Twitch plays to take a stretch break and to kind of move around and get out of a sitting crocheting position. And we play some words on stream while we do that. That way y'all can, you know, take care of yourselves too. Oh, that's sweet, Elf. This is the first time you're seeing the 3D printer? Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. Yes, definitely make sure that you do any post-stream self-care that you need. Thank you for trusting me with your community. We will take very good care of them. While we get ready for our stretch break, feel free, Raiders, and anyone else who would like to tell me what you are doing today. If you are crafting, gaming, maybe you're just relaxing. It is Friday, thank goodness. Yeah, let me know what you're all up to. Let's see if I can, I don't know why the camera like glitched before. Okay. Can I make the ads go now or no, because I snoozed them. They're just, okay, I can. Very cool. So I will be right back. I'm going to take my stretch break now. We'll play some words, and then when I get back, it's time to make rainbow feathers. It's actually a perfect time because I have to go get all the rainbow colors. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Okie dokie, we are back. And my desk has exploded in colors. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I put the gnome hat on and it was like, nah, I don't want your hair to look good anymore. I tried. Yeah, that one was really hard. I wish I knew what the other words were. Yeah. Yeah, big same. Welcome in, Minnie. How are you today? Thank you. I love how this little scrap monster turned out. We'll probably work on like one more of these. Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But I love how this one turned out. Basically, what I've been doing with them is taking some cotton yarn, little bits and bobs of cotton yarn I have, and just making little monsters out of them. And I quite love it. Extra coffee. Okay. Susan, colors. This is what the other one looked like. Do you like this? Is this palette pleasing? That's fun to say. Okay, perfect. Let us get started then. According to a word scrambler. Huh. Interesting. These feathers will make up the outer feather. Okay. Hi, Rack. How are you? Good to see you. Also, Yarnia friend, if you have to go, I know it's late for you, please feel free. If you're able to lurk, you're welcome to, but definitely no pressure. How are you doing today, Rack? That's awesome. Got all your homework for the weekend done? Oh, yes. That's how I always was. I'm like, get it done on Friday and I don't have to think about school all weekend. Done. Like, I know so many people who would put it off until Sunday. And again, definitely no judgment on my part, but I'd rather it be done. I'm good. I'm doing good. Just making some rainbow feathers, you know. Does anyone have any plans for the weekend? Oh, I understand that. Weekends are often my free time with James. If he's not working, which, you know, sometimes he is. Birthday party, nice. Yeah, that's our 3D printer. We've had it for a couple of months now. I still need to figure out how to design my own models. Because I mean, I've been printing stuff that you can get for free, but like not everything that you can print you can sell. Like this is 3D printed. This is my glow in the dark yarn. But like acrylic. Yeah. We're started with an acrylic. It's an Ender 3 Pro. Doing some walking this weekend. I love that. Making a fancy dinner? Ooh, what are you gonna be making? Our visit. Oh, gonna go hang out with the cousins. Nice. Are you going to the same birthday party? Have off from work. Ooh, nice. Wait, it's your birthdays coming up. Right? You and Calliope have birthdays coming up. Yes, the same day. I know that it's coming up, but I don't know the exact day, and now I feel bad. The 11th. Okay. So soon. James's birthday's on the 13th. So that can help me remember. Yours is 2 days before for 2 people. Huh? It could be fun once I figure out how to make stuff, like design my own things in the 3D printing software to have like a video, like the feed of stuff printing, like for the website, you know? That could be a lot of fun. I gotta figure out some details still, though. Oh, yeah? Lots of October birthdays. Ryan's birthday is October 27th. Lots of October birthdays. Hey, Opal. Happy Friday. Welcome. Oh my goodness. So many. I love that. That would be interesting to find out, like, which month in our community has, like, the most birthdays. That could be cool. I miss Sly. How's she doing? I should reach out to her. It's been a long time. She's working the late shift again. You're a May baby. I'm a maybe. It would be an interesting statistic. I swear, this music feels so loud. Oh, the volume is turned up. That could be why. Like, why is my music so loud today? Because my computer's volume was turned up. January. My brother's a January. Kat says yes. Thank you for that follow. Welcome in. Welcome, welcome. I'm August, and I should have been August. I came a day late. My brother came 2 days early. My brother was supposed to be, or no. I came a day late. My brother came 2 days late. He was supposed to be a New Year's baby. He came on the 3rd. Oh, wow. Mom's birthday is March 5th. That is fun. My only fun fact is that my dad and James both are born on the 13th. But James in October and my dad in December. And obviously very different birth years. I decided I was ready in September. You're like, get out the way, I'm coming. James is your birthday twin. I like how bright this orange is. I like that it's bright, but it's not like neon. Do a poll for what birthdays? Unfortunately, Twitch doesn't give me enough options to do birthdays. And like honestly, oh god, the colors get so blown out by my camera. But it's like a nice orange. It's a pumpkin orange. Like, this is much more real to life than this neon mess. Well, it's just, there we go, there we go. I could always, like, put a poll in the Discord if people are really curious about, like, when people are born. That could be fun. Okay. I can put that in the poll channel. any fun birthday facts. I was born the day before my aunt's birthday. Again, different birth years. Aww. Our wedding anniversary is sometimes Mother's Day. Mother's Day in the US, like, rotates. My brother was born on a snowstorm, or during a snowstorm too. The day after his birthday? Aww. Yeah, I've seen Discords that do that. I could look into how to do that. You can never forget, yeah. Maybe. Our wedding anniversary is May 10th. Georgina, are you able to put in, like, my to-do list to look into birthday bot? We can look into that. Oh, that's true. It does depend on which anniversary you're talking about. It does. We have 2 wedding anniversaries. We just couldn't pick one. And he hasn't gotten me an anniversary gift for either one this year. Yeah, that's why I said to look into it, because depending on what I find, I might just, like, do a poll where people can just, like, check off which month their birthday is. If that makes sense. Yes, we got married twice. We got married 2 different...
Yeah, well, here's some bits.
The way that I want to say... I don't want your bits. I wanted a gift.
Woo.
Oh, God. We could do a roll assignment or something, too. Yeah, giggle, snort. Oh, yeah, that is. Yeah, we got married the summer before our actual wedding. We were already engaged. We already had, like, our wedding date. And I was about to age out of my parents' health insurance. So, instead of doing that, we just said heck it and got married. We went down to the courthouse. Had a couple of witnesses. Said our I do's. And then we had our church wedding in May, a couple months later. Yeah. Oop. James is inspecting the 3D print. That's what he has a flashlight on it right now. How's it looking? A wild James appears. Oh no, is it not working? Uh-oh. What? Oh, and a wild doodle appears. Hold on. Ah! Why? No, stop. Oh. Patch walked away. Darn it. I was trying to show Patch too. We also just signed paperwork and a tiny little thing when we got married. Yeah. That was 5 years ago. Yeah. We're good. What was going on with it? A hype train is close, people. This is not a drill. Oh my god. Something else, mister. Ah. Hydrate. Okie dokie. I'm drinking sparkling water, so it's still water. It's just got flavor to it. And bubbles. It's broken into pieces, doesn't need supports, and like pins together. That's a good idea. I have one for Ryan that I want to print. Actually in the gray. That's like that, the model that you build. They're all bouncing, telling me to pick them up.
I will call you number 2. Definitely not. You know a name I've always
wanted? I don't
wanted?
have pumpkins yet.
Tyrone. Okay, Tyrone, let's get down to business.
No one panic, I have arrived. And oh look, 10 months.
Hello, Kit Kat. Thank you so much for the 10 months. I appreciate it. Welcome home. James. Sir. Thank you all for the bits. think I thanked Calliope before. Oh god, I don't remember, but thank you if I didn't.
A final
There you go.
woo
Thank you
this is.
again, Calliope. Thanks. Appreciate you. He tried so hard and got so far. In the end, it doesn't even matter. What? Also, I just realized because I cannot hear my alerts. Alerts are playing for all of you, but I can't hear them. That cat, that is a tier 2 for 10 months. Holy moly, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hope that you enjoy your emotes, your ad-free viewing, your little silver flower pot. And just all my thanks, friend. Success! Yeah. For now, we'll see. Oh, really? I like the fog in the game. Although at one point it did cause my game to kind of like glitch out. Where it did this very like jumpy weird thing. We are in a hype train, by the way. We have about 3 minutes and 15 seconds. We are currently on level 1. I like am on the edge of my seat because I have a cat lying down behind me, and of course her comfort's going to come before my own. Such is the life of pet ownership. Time is it? 4:37. Okay.
I'm an arts and crafts master. Why do you think I always have this glue gun stuck to my arm? Ugh.
Oh, Minnie, thank you so much for converting from your Prime sub to a tier 1. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I hope that you enjoy your emotes, your ad-free viewing, and your flower pot. Thanks, friends. We're on level 2 now. Woot woot, and we're 1 sub away from a sticker giveaway. Oops, I didn't click that. Shit, oh no. I'm sorry, Jackie. That's awful. I hope it was a good day for her too. Oh, I'm so glad that it's been a good relaxing space. That's what I wanted this place to be. Like a coffee shop, you know? Like where everyone knows your name. And they're always glad you came. Wait, no, that's copyright now. No, I just want everyone to feel, you know, like it's a comfy, safe place to hang out when they're working or, you know, crafting or just need some noise because they don't like the quiet like me. Norm! Oh, goodness. I'm close. I never really watched a lot of that show. I feel like it came on, like, at bedtime when my parents would have it on TV. You know, like 8 o'clock at night. School can be rough. It really can. All the way through, just random. Yeah, that's basically. I've seen random episodes, but yeah. It's been a long time. We have about a minute and a half on this train. On this Friday train. Oh, really? I'll make it work. I won't. It's fine. All I can say is TGIF. I hear ya. Although evidently James might work tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Ready for a couple of days of vegging out? Yeah. That would be nice. Thank you all for the hype train. I appreciate it very much. Two more feathers. Two more feathers. Oh, I have 2 purple yarns out. Alrighty. Oh, yeah. Look at that cool dolphin. Love it. That's amazing. I did something to my ankle. It's been bothering me for a few days, but I noticed today that like part of it's swollen. And it feels like, you know, when you need to just like crack your neck. Like it feels like it needs to do that, but it doesn't. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, no, don't try and like roll your ankle to like loosen it up. It's just gonna feel worse. I hate stuff like that. It's so stupid. Because your brain just almost automatically does it. Like, oh, there's pressure. Let me try and relieve it. And you're like, no, don't do that. ADHD thoughts. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what I did. I have an ankle brace on it right now. That I had from when I tore my ligament in my other ankle. So that's what made me stop before I like rolled it a little bit to stretch it. Was I felt the brace. I'm like, no, don't do it. Oh, I would be very upset as a parent too. I'm upset for you. I would definitely, I don't know if you can talk with a principal or like a superintendent of schools, but that's not okay. That's... That's not all right. And like if your kid is reaching out for help, what kind of teacher is like, sorry, I'm too busy to help your kid? Like, yeah, maybe I'm too busy to help right now, because that's valid as a teacher. There are a lot of times where you might just be too busy in that moment, but not I'm too busy always. Mm-mm. No. That's baloney. Yeah. No, I would go and talk to someone and be like, first what I would do is I would get all of the information that you have. If you have emails between you, if you have like written documentation of her saying things, like compile all your stuff together, and then I would go in on Monday and talk to someone and be like, here, look, here's my kid reaching out for help and here's her teacher saying no. Tell them my child doesn't want to go to school because of this. Like, ugh. I'm sorry that you're going through that. I'm sorry that she's going through that. Like, bad teachers can really impact how you feel about school or subjects, or even like yourself. Like, it, oh gosh. School is hard. It really is. Like, mm-hmm. Exactly. I agree. I understand. I was like that too, Jackie. But mine was anxiety related. Like separation anxiety from home, not because of bad teachers. I'm extremely grateful that I had good teachers in like really critical years for me with my anxiety. But I remember that feeling. I remember my parents, being frustrated, and now as, an adult, I can imagine what that must have felt like for them. I can't, oh God. If it was because of something like this, my parents would do exactly what you and Brian are doing, which is like, nope. Something's gonna change because, like, this is my child. It's not, I was going to say it's not often that I want to fight, but that's a lie. I'm an angry human. Georgina's like, I am ready to throw down across the ocean. Let's go. I mean, like, see, it's hard because, like, the TikToks themselves, unless, like, they're happening during school hours, you can't necessarily get mad at the teacher for. Because if she's off the clock, then technically what she does with her free time, as long as they're not, like, sexual or anything like that, you know, is whatever. If they're during school, though, then yeah, there's definitely a big problem. Because she's saying she doesn't have time, and if she's, like, doing stuff in the school, then you'd be like, TikTok says that you have time. Oops. Ooh, look how pretty. All the department leads and things would hide. Oh no.
I found my people.
Oh, thank you for the follow, Celestial Particle. I like your username. Welcome in. I would love if my alerts could play sound for me. That would be swell. I wonder, let me... Properties. Just check something real quick. No, it should be coming through. Ping alert! Well, welcome in. How are you? Thank you for the follow. The alerts are still at least playing for you all, right? Like, you can hear them, even if I can't? Oh gosh, Georgina. Came here with the raid but stayed lurking. Well, welcome in. Thank you for coming along, and thank you for following and saying hello. I hope you are doing well. Are you a crafter? And if so, what kinds of crafts do you like to do? If you're not, what kinds of crafts do you like to watch? Jeez. Wasn't gonna be Artemis this time, accidentally clicking things. My yarn. That, you know, alright, everybody keeps saying it would be an honor to be banned by Artemis, right? Artemis is my cat, for anyone who might be new. How it would just be, like, the biggest honor if a ball of yarn were to ban you, I think. We would fix that, of course, but, like, could you imagine? You just imagine a ball of yarn being, like, banned. That'd be a great story to tell. I was once banned by a ball of yarn. Love watercolor. Picked up your yarn after 4 years of sitting on the shelf. Love that. What kind of yarn stuff are you working on? Are you knitting, crocheting, weaving, macrame? There's a lot of things you could do with yarn. Also, I have such respect for people who can paint with, like, watercolor and stuff. It's such a beautiful medium. And I am, you know, I bought a, like, a little watercolor kit, like, 2 years ago. It came with, like, everything to paint, like, 3 really nice pictures. It's still sitting in the box. Maybe I should tackle that. Maybe I should actually, if the watercolors are still good. They should be. They're like fancy things. Knitting a simple headband right now. That's awesome. Well, welcome in. I hope that you enjoy your time here. Ooh, I love ombre yarn. I love any kind of color changing yarn. I find it to be so much fun. It's like every time that I finally start to get the hang of the feathers is like on the last one. I'd have to like look at the pattern for all of them. Oh, you heading out, Bree? Hooray! Feathers are done. No worries. Have a great weekend as well. Thank you so much for stopping in today. Enjoy your nap. Oh, so pretty. All right. Oh my goodness. Where are we with stretch break? Coming up. Gotta go feed the kitties, yes. Have to do that, or else they'll yell about it. Hold on, let me... Someone is quite cozy on my sweater. Sweet girl. Sweet baby girl. All right. We just have the little tail cap to make. And then we will be done with this peacock, except for sewing, which I'll do later. So we should be able to at least start on another monster today. Aw, yeah. Fun stuff. Kitties will yell even if they are fed. Yeah. And they'll insist that they actually haven't been fed when they have been. Yeah. They're stinkers, but they're sweet. Welcome back. Oops. There we go. So in just a couple of minutes, we will have our second stretch break of the stream, we play some words on stream together while I take a stretch break. It's a great opportunity for you to go get a drink or get a snack or go to the bathroom or just take a stretch yourself. I use the Twitch ad breaks that they do once an hour to move around, because if I don't, I will be very, very sore and not have a good time. But don't worry, you won't miss out on anything because it'll just be words. And as soon as the ads are done, we will be back and back to crafting. That was a good sentence, Megan. Oops. Little tiny kitten feet in my back. Like hanging onto my chair by half a butt cheek. But she's snoozing and happy, so I stay still. Isn't that just the way with pets? They're comfy and you're like, I guess I'll just be uncomfortable. It's fine. So I have the, see, I have a blanket on the corner of my desk. She has a crocheted blanket on my other desk. There are times when she just lies down like right in the middle. But no, she has to be like none of those comfy places. That's not what she wants. She wants to either be the center of attention or she doesn't want to be seen. But right now she just wants to snuggle, which is fine. Which is fine. But like, it is illegal to move. Well, she's not sleeping on me. She's sleeping behind me. Hold on, let's see. So she does have a box too, but no, today all right, stretch break is coming. I guess I'm doing stretches in my chair because I can't disturb her. I will be right back after this. I hope, I wonder how correct this ad thing is, because I had paused ads before, and so, well, worst case, if ads are running a little late, we'll just play an extra round. So be right back. Take a stretch break, get a drink, get something to eat, go to the bathroom. Be right back. dokie. If ads are not done, they are just wrapping up. Now, give me one moment here. I do believe... Oh, that camera's not working. Never mind. I thought that the other Maple camera was working and I wanted to see what he was doing, but it's not. I'll just look on my phone and show you that way. Oh, he's in his heated bed. I had a feeling. It's really cute. He moves from like cat tree to cat tree. He follows the sun, and then I think when it, you know, gets a little bit darker or the sun starts to disappear, he goes into the heated bed, and I'm like, what a life. What a life you live now, sir. That you're just wondering, which heated surface should I snuggle on now? Love that for him. Woohoo! Love that for you. By the way, I was pretty impressed. I actually was able to like stand up and she like looked at me, but she didn't move. She's still back there. But I was at least able to move around a little bit. She's like, no, I like this. I like this leather chair. What's left of it, that is. This chair's a mess. I guess if you have to, Mom. I don't know why you have to stretch. I'm good. I don't need to. All right. And that is a rainbow peacock. Wait, just kidding. I have one more row to do. That's almost a rainbow peacock. I was checking to see if you were paying attention. You all passed. Very good. Okay, now it's actually done. Ta-da! And hold on, wait, magic. Oh. Darn. I see that work all the time on TikTok. Oh, wait, I know. No, I guess I'll have to do some assembly later. Oh, I crack myself up. I apologize to everyone else. Anywho, scrappy monster time. You need a magic wand? I have a mustache. No, that didn't work. My wands are downstairs. It's okay. Alright. We're going to make another scrappy baby. Look, see, I was going to cover my eyes, but then you wouldn't be able to see that they're actually closed. So let's... We're going to pick some colors. Trying to find like different amounts of yarn. Oh. Okay. Well, I picked two of the same, so I'm going to put one back. But this palette is also very pleasing. What color should I replace this with? Should I do another like mystery grab or... We are coming. We have been. We really have been. We could do like that purple. That purple matches the purple in that, kind of. All right. Maybe legs and body. Or we could do legs and body. What do you think? We could also just like, we could do other kinds of like scrappy monsters. Or like, they could be technically, I guess, any crochet thing that I've made before. But like, make them scrappy. I don't know. You know, it could be really cute. Let's do maybe like a scrappy dinosaur. Maybe we'll make a scrappy bear. I don't know. I guess we'll just start and see where inspiration takes us, shall we? Scrappy chicken. Scrappy dino. Yeah, that could be really cute. I might need like one more color though with the dino. So let me... Although... I don't know how... Here, I'll grab a picture real quick. Scrappy dino, where'd you go? There you are. Come here, cutie. Off to bed. Have a good night. Thank you so much for being here. You have a good one. So like, here's a picture of the Scrappy Dino. I have one, but it's over there, and I'm not going to roll around. Although the cat does have her head picked up, so who knows? Nope. Is she just going to turn around and lay back down? No. She says, I'm here. I have taken my cat nap, and I am recharged. Oh. Do you think that, like, the dino could be cute in, like, a bunch of colors, or do you think it might just be, like, a lot? I guess they all could. If I do something like this one where it's like Frankenstein together. I kind of think that makes it like so much cuter and more like a monster, if that makes sense. Hi. I love you. You think it would be cute? Let's try it. Hi. Oh, this sweet baby girl.
I found my people.
Sweet baby girl. Yeah, like anything can be a Franken thing. I think that they all just need to have like the stitches added. Maybe that will help this friend. I just don't know if I like the arms be... Artemis likes them. I was having some doubts
I found my people.
about... Oh! Hey! I've never had that happen. Oh, 7 Saribot, thank you, bestie. We're going to mute alerts. Artemis, honey, I cannot see, and okay, I know. Mommy can't see her stuff. Ma'am. Yeah. No, we're gonna hide everything. Boop. Thanks, Saribot. We do love you so much. I have never been follow-botted before. Am I a professional streamer now? Is this it? Have I reached... Have I reached the peak? Very good, bot. It doesn't necessarily mean that we can't raid. They normally don't follow with that, but we won't just in case. Hi. Normally, because like my view count has not gone up. Like these bots are not viewers in my stream. Like if you were to look at, you know, who's watching me right now, I would not have over, I mean, that was well over 100 bots that just followed. I don't have that many people here. It's like, they're not actually here. But just to be safe, we won't. But thanks, Sari. Appreciate you, bestie. Artemis. Why now? Why now? She's like, perceive me! Yeah. What could be followed? Yeah, but a couple may have made it through. Yeah, it's better not to risk it. It is. It's fine. We raid all the time. Skipping one will be okay. Honey. Come here. Plop. No. Plop. Okay. Look at Snailbert go. Oh god. I didn't even think about turning off Snailbert. Hold on. Okay. Artie is contributing. Okay. She's just, you know what she's contributing? She's contributing chaos. Okay. That is what she is contributing. But you're beautiful. As it should be. Okay. Let me... Are you sniffing my glasses? Thank you. I just wanted to see if I had any of these colors. See, I've got this blue in a smaller amount, so I could use it to make legs. Because I feel like, not that any of you can see anything because of the cat, I feel like these are both larger amounts to try and make legs with. Maybe not. We'll try it. It probably won't be. She does. She's like, what are you saying now? Clearly you have made it. Honestly, I would have been freaking the heck out if it wasn't for Saribot, so... Honestly, if you are a streamer and you don't have Saribot, you need to go to Sari's... Oops. Hold on. Go follow Saribot. Okay? If you are a streamer, click on that. Go check it out. It's so simple to do. It is a bot that you can download. I just got follow botted, which means I had well over 100 plus bots follow me in less than 30 seconds. And you all Sari banned them instantly. So if you are a streamer, go and look and install Saribot on your channel. It'll save you the headache and hassle of having to ban all those people later. Hi, Miss Reynolds. Welcome in. Ma'am, you have been so well behaved, and now you're just like, hello, I'm here, perceive me? And Sari's just about the nicest bean ever, so I think it's time for me to go and buy him another coffee. It's Friday evening, Mother. I must bring chaos. Hello, welcome in. I do believe I saw you follow before all those follow bots, but welcome. I'm sorry I didn't say hello and welcomed you before. My thing kind of went a little bit crazy there. Hi. Oh, so beautiful. Did you scratch your eye a little bit? Let me see. Oh, scratched it a little? It was itchy? No. Stop. Stop. Don't keep rubbing it. I know that it feels good now, but it'll just make you itchier later. I'm just trying to find my running stitch marker. Thanks. No. No. Don't do it. Don't scratch. Okay? Just don't. But yeah, in the past, if I didn't have Saribot, I'd have to go and manually ban all of those bots. Oh, gosh. Not a good time. Come here. James! Your cat wants you. If I don't make things to sell, I can't buy you the salmon treats you like. Do you understand? Oh my god. She says, I got you, Mom. I understand. I love my salmon treats. I'll move. Could someone clip that for me? For the treats. Ooh, wait. Okay, hold on. Hold on, wait. I just had a really good idea. What if, right? We said a dino buddy with these. What if we save the multicolor for the dino spikes going down the back? Let me see. Let me look. I don't actually know if it would be, if the color change would happen in the amount of time for the small little dino spikes. So if not, then we'll just use it to make part of the dino. And she laid down. I respect a girl who knows what she wants. She says, I like salmon treats. I will leave now and let mom work. 1, 2, 3 rounds. So I probably... Alright, let's give this a test. Because the color change doesn't have to be like a lot, you know? Thank you for clipping that. Oh yeah, no, this will work. This will work for the dino spikes. Yeah, that's going to be cool. So it'll be like solid color, and then the spikes will be multicolor. And the multicolor part, the best part, is that it's going to be like made up of like the colors throughout. Oh, it's going to be cool. For the treats. I understand. Perfect clip. That might be getting made into a TikTok later. Over the weekend, at least. It might not happen today. Yeah. Tonight is baseball. Very important. Postseason baseball. And my team is in the postseason for like the first time in a long time. And I am excited. BRB, no worries. This was just an experimental dino spike. And since it worked, I will go ahead after this and make the rest of the dino. Anyone else watching any postseason baseball? Oh man, those spikes are gonna be so cool. I love it. That's fair. I know plenty of people who don't like sports. I grew up playing sports, and I grew up watching a lot of sports with my dad and my grandfather, and it's just one thing that I definitely still enjoy. And James is also a sports person. Well, I am a Met fan. James is a Yankees fan, which is unfortunate for him. No. Dodgers fan. Not in my... No. Not in my stream, boy. I have 2 different cameras I could have right now. Would you all like to see Maple snoozing? Or would you like to see the 3D printer printing? Or nothing? Are these the same weight? They're the same color, but they feel... No, they are. Okay. Kitty, please? You got it. Yeah, I finally got one of those cameras to work. They weren't working at all for, like, the majority of stream. Hang on. There he is. You doing a snooze. Okay. It looks like there's just... It's fine. Off we go. I have kind of a cool idea, actually, about how I could do the stitching like I did with this monster, because I think these scrappy ones will have these seams. I like them a lot. I just had like a fun idea. Because I have 2 of these little bits of blue in the same, I can kind of... I might be able to, like, make a split a little bit. It has. Yeah, the weather's really nice. It'd be really nice if, you know, maybe James took Patch on a walk so we could, watch baseball together. But you have too many other projects started already? What's one more, Minnie? What's one more? It was successful? Oh, that's fantastic. But I also can't start any because I have too many. Yeah, I understand. I understand that a little too well. One more project can't hurt, right? Right. No, I agree with that statement. And it's just a little amigurumi. Right. Exactly. It's just one. Oh no, I did the wrong thing. I know what round I'm on. Well, I can also understand starting big projects when you already have a lot of like larger projects on the go. Sometimes you don't want to start another really big one. But if you have a big project on the go, sometimes it can be nice to start a little one. So when you know, don't want to work on the really big thing. I'm off to grab my yarn and hooks. Nice. How is this wrong? Listen here, Mr. Dino Foot. This is not the vibe. You are not passing the vibe check. Okay? Glowforge related. I like how James all of a sudden couldn't hear me. He heard me when I was talking about baseball. throwing shade. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. Hope to see you again. So, for new friends, I stream Monday through Friday, 3 Eastern until 6. It is currently 5:40. Ring him. I can also just mute my mic for a minute and just yell, because he's in the room right next door. I'd knock, but the dog would bark then. Oh, hi! I was saying it would sure be nice if you took Doodle for a walk. So then we could relax and watch baseball later tonight. 'Cause important game. Where are you now? Spectacular. Oh no. Well, at least you have an idea of where it might be. I wish you luck while you search the couch cushions. Oh. That would be pretty cool, actually, Elf. That'd be fun. It would be cool functioning decor, I agree. Oh, wow. Give this dino some small legs. Yeah, because then I'll be able to... Do I want to join them? I could. I got two different ways I could do this. I could either join them together with the same color as the legs, which is what I did for this one. You can see it like, it went from one leg and it joined the other. And then do the body colors, or I could just make each, like this one, make each leg a color and then the rest of the body. I don't know. We're just making it up as we go. And the maple cam froze. Wait, what just happened? It was fine. It was working and now it's not, because of course. No. Evidently the website's just going to be dumb today. That's fine. We tried. It says it's Friday. It's clocking out. Oh, hello. Just like popped up. Have an hour to go. You're almost there. Ooh, for the hair or the tail. That's tricky. Do you have like all the colors picked out? Sometimes that helps. Because you might look at it and be like, ooh, this is the color. This is the one. Okay. I think a multicolored tail could be cool. Might add to like the look of scales. Couldn't think of the word. Worst case, if you don't like it, you can undo it. It's the beauty of yarn. Oh, I am the queen of getting stuck making silly decisions. Will I spend an obscene amount of time looking at, like, the last thing I can think of was, like, a pill cutter. Comparing, like, two different ones. They're, like, $5 just to pick one. Like, seriously, you don't need to read the Amazon reviews, just pick one. Luckily, I ended up finding our pill cutter, so I didn't have to order one at all, but I am like the queen of overthinking things. So I feel that. Never, Elf. I'm always decisive and swift in my decision making. Sorry, I couldn't keep a straight face. Oh, I am neither of those things. See, I think that it's just an anxiety thing for me. Like, I'm afraid of making the wrong decision. If I wasn't on mobile, I would clip that. Okay, now to try some complicated color things, because of course. Doing the right thing. And you're like, I don't even understand. Not bad at making decisions, but there are many things that make me anxious. Yeah, I understand that too. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna have enough. I'm not gonna have enough of that to do what I wanted. Alright, in that case, we'll do the color change differently. I had an idea, but it's not gonna be long enough. Welcome back. I gotta sharpen my scissors. Sure. Okay. I'm trying to, hold on. I'm having a think. Okay, I think I have a cool idea. We'll see how well it works. I make no guarantees. But it could be neat. It could be. Who doesn't love a little experiment, you know? No, come back, leg. I love science. Me too. Oh, this could be a fun question. What was everyone's favorite subject in school? Any school, like when you were younger, if you went to college, if you went to like VOTech, anything. Any kind of, like, what was your favorite subject? I know my husband's was history. I love science and I loved reading. Language arts, reading, writing, all of that. Art and design. Yeah, well, definitely like electives. Yeah, I love, oh god, my wheel throwing class. I miss that so much. reading after that music was all that mattered. Yeah, I liked science and like language arts in middle school. I did a lot of like really cool experiments. And then it was, like you said, art. Then it became my ceramics class and things of that sort. One of those weird band kids. Love that. Drama. This is going to work, but I have to change the direction that I'm doing this. I need the purple to be, I have more of the blue. See? Science. I have more of the blue, so the blue needs to be. Okay. There's a way I could have done it with the purple, but this way will be definitely like, it won't be as nerve-wracking. I would say probably the owl. The owl and the bee are really good beginner patterns. Because like with the bee, you could just do like the two wings and the body and it would be recognizable as a bee. And the owl, like those ones don't have a whole lot of sewing. And the patterns are, you know, pretty simple increases, decreases, things like that. I do have that YouTube video that I had done, which was teaching chat how to like read a pattern and crochet. That could be helpful too, because like I teach how to do the increases and decreases and like the pattern, like how to read it. So I don't know if like you're looking for something like that too, but there is like, it would just be like a little hacky sack or stress ball. It's just a little round thing. I love that. That's so sweet. Hi, puppy. Hey, hologram. I have a hair that has been like touching my nose. And if I could figure out where it is, I would just rip it out of my head at this point. Not much. Yeah, look at that tonight. Yeah, it's up on the YouTube, so. And there are like timestamps on it, so if, you know, she's able to like, you know, do one section, she can like skip to like the next. Oh goodness, it's after 6. Boo. Lies. Sorry. But I speak the truth. Nope. No, no need to apologize. You're right. Hooray, I'm glad that you have internet. Woohoo! Hope that they fixed everything. I know that you were having some issues with it. It is. How to fix cables outside. Oh gosh. All good now. Hooray! Well, all of the parts of the peacock are made. They just have to be assembled. I tried to do some magic and, you know, assemble them by like pushing them all together and, you know, it didn't work. Of course, not a problem. I can show you if you'd like. I don't know when exactly it cut out for you. But I'd be happy to pull it back. We have our peacock and our pretty feathers. And then it'll all get assembled. Yay! Oh, good. I'm glad. You're welcome. Nah, you're all right. I am glad that you like it. Oh. You gotta love, like, internet dropping out in random places in your own house. So annoying. Oh, is long. Nice, Elf. I want to do like one more round. Just want to have like the general idea down for what I'm doing. So that when I pick it up on Monday, I'm not like, what was this? What? Oh, thank you. It can be all year long too. Yeah, patchwork. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not one to... I hate, like, wasting stuff. And so this just makes me happy that I had these little parts to this project that I just wasn't happy with. And now I'm, like, loving it. Oops. Like, I went from something that I was like, meh, to like, oh my god, look at how cute. They start with B and L. Wow. I love that movie. Hooray! Little Dino Monster is underway. Thanks. I honestly feel like that was the whole point of Disney Dreamlight Valley, was to make people rewatch old Disney movies. I just... Something tells me that. You know? Okay. I want to keep going, but I should stop. Or should I do one more round? We'll do one more. And then I'll really wrap up. Now, as a reminder, I'll do my reminding things. Now, instead of, because I will not be playing end credits today. Mostly because, unfortunately, even though all those follow bots were blocked, they would still show up in my follower thing on my end credits. So, as a reminder, I will be off on the weekend. I will be back on Monday. We will work on some more monsters. I also have one more commission, so we'll work on, well, I have a couple of commissions, but I have one that I'll also be working on Monday, which will be working on an NB. If you would like to hang out in between those streams, Discord is a great place to do that. I love seeing all the pictures of your pets and your works in progress and things like that. Definitely be sure to check out social media and website. You know, that's another good spot to look. We've got a couple of things from our last Halloween sale and a handful of other, you know, random friends. So if you're looking for some cute, like, stocking stuffers or, you know, gifts, because guess what? The holidays are coming, friends. Ready or not. But yeah, I will be back on Monday and we shall continue making cute stuff. Do y'all see what I'm doing with this purple? I'm quite enjoying it. I'm quite loving it. Oh my god, Artemis is snoring. I can't handle it. She's too precious. The dino spikes are going to be this multicolor white, blue, purple. Like, it matches these colors so perfectly. Oh, it's going to be such a cool dinosaur. It's going to be so cool. Alright. And with these last stitches, I have finished another row. Whew, I got a bunch of stuff to work on over the weekend and some relaxing to do. Let's go Mets, by the way. Woohoo, baseball. Oh yeah, that's cool. See, it's like, it's growing. So, like, part of the dino will be... I like that. And I decided that, like, the monsters that are, like, I am going to do this too. So, like, it'll be themed along that. It's gonna be fun. Alright. I'm gonna get off here and go hang out with my hubs. I hope that you have a fantastic weekend, friends. Please make sure that you eat something, that you drink some water. I'm putting this screen up anyway to let people know I'm ending. To take any meds you have to take, to be kind to yourself, to be kind to other people. I would encourage you all today to go and find a new stream in the Makers and Crafters community. I will not be raiding because I got follow botted and I don't want to bring any of those bots to any of my friends. But I love you all and I will see you on Monday. Take care, friends.